Hi there. I'm Deborah Block, and I'm the pastor of Emmanuel Presbyterian Church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. At the last General Assembly, I was elected as the moderator of the Review Committee on the whole Presbyterian Church. How's that for an assignment? We're more commonly known as the All-Agency Review Committee, which is a bit more helpful in describing to you the scope of our work. This was our mandate: to review the service of the whole Presbyterian Church USA and its 6 agencies in implementing the General Assembly's mission directives. This would be just the second time for such a comprehensive review. And the Way Forward Committee of that last assembly gave birth to the Way Forward Commission and the 2020 Vision Committee. Identical triplets or rival siblings or what? Our first big job was to get all the leaders and staff together to figure out who was doing what, where our purposes converged, and where they were distinct. The most important thing we wholeheartedly decided to do at that first meeting was that we were going to have to be in constant and candid communication with one another. As a matter of good stewardship, we didn't want to duplicate efforts, and we knew from the get-go that we might not agree on our recommendations. In particular, there were convergences between the All-Agency Review and the Way Forward Commission. Early on, we started to create some joint working groups. So rather than bumping into each other or even competing with one another, we were going to work together. Since our shared concerns was the collaboration of the 6 agencies, we knew that we were going to have to practice what we preached. And so we took on that challenge of co-labor. And to borrow a phrase from an earlier process of bringing order out of chaos, it was good. We reviewed the most recent agency reviews of each and how they responded to those recommendations of the General Assembly. We paid particular attention to the ongoing debate about merging the Office of the General Assembly and the Presbyterian Mission Agency. And we joined the Way Forward Commission last summer in recommending that a merger is neither feasible nor desirable, and by taking that question off the table, that gave them the space to do their particular work. Please read the administrative summary on this website for some other important joint recommendations. In terms of the review process, we looked at the mission statements of each agency and tried to evaluate their faithfulness to their mission and to the mission of the PCUSA. But there were no set criteria or standards of review, and in repeated references to mission directives, there was no definition of what those mission directives are. So we turned first to prayer and then to the Book of Order. How to evaluate? What about those great ends of the church? They're great. But we kept reading to the end of that great chapter 1 on the mission of the church, and we were truly inspired by the language there describing a new openness. A new openness. And we decided that this is the new and next chapter the Spirit is pulling and pushing us into, and a way to evaluate and direct the work of our 6 agencies. Here they are. A new openness to the sovereign activity of God in the world, to a more radical obedience to Christ, and to a more joyous celebration in worship and work. A new openness in our own membership, becoming a truly diverse community that is one in Christ. A new openness, and we love this language, to see both the possibilities and the perils of our institutional forms so that we're faithful and useful to what God is doing in the world. And finally, a new openness to God's continuing reformation of the church ecumenical, that we might become more effective together in our mission. Each agency was called to respond, integrating those theological affirmations with the realities of their organizational work and planning. We hope that you'll read our report and give careful thought about our recommendations. Thank you for your time and for your service. I look forward to meeting you in St. Louis very soon.